I would say that we, from a JOST perspective, we are on a good level in 24. We also expect a good level on 25. I would say the China market, which is the biggest one in the Asia market, was growing a little bit. It was growing phenomenal on the trailer side because a lot of Chinese started trailer builder to export. So this was a good business for us. But I would say that the Chinese market is getting flat. And the second biggest market, what we have, is the Indian market. I would say we are still very satisfied. Of course, with the election, we saw a little bit of slowdown. But overall, I think still the market is very stable. And this is a good sign for us. It shows as well, because this brings a good possibility for us to plan and to bring a flat level, let's say, to the production. And that's really good. Far East market is good as well. We are very close to the mining industry. Indonesia is doing very good. Coal is needed. A lot of other minings is starting. So conclusion, from the JOST perspective, we can say for us 24 is a good year. Yes, definitely.
The India business, as far as the base of 2023 is concerned, it was predicted that there will be a dip due to the elections and other things. We have some other developments which has allowed us to look into our own strategies and be prepared for, let's say, a very good 25. As Ms. Matzenberger said, on the 24 overall performance, we're very satisfied. It has also given us a good opportunity to look into the product range, go to the market more often, understand, especially from the fleet and the end customers, what their needs are. And of course, the engagement with the OEMs continue intensively.
First, maybe let's separate a little bit the market. When we look backwards, 2021, we had a huge market in China. And to be honest, I think it was too huge. So it was really driven by regulations, by the government to phase out through Euro 3, Euro 4, to get cleaner in the emission and this and that. So there is a lot of overcapacity what has been produced. On the other side, we have to accept that maybe the global market has also an impact on the Chinese economy. So the overall need for transport was decreasing a little bit. Also, the domestic market was decreasing a little bit. But in my perspective, I think we have to accept that the Chinese market still, at the end of the day, when we talk about our product, which is the tractor market, where we need the fifth wheel, we will be around 400 to 500 units a year. So we calculate around 420, 430 for next year. We see around 380 for 24. So by saying this, it's still a huge market. We see a good opportunity for us. What we see at all, that let's say, the variety of products, what we need to sell into the market. When I joined 2018, we had two types, the 2-inch industry and the 5-inch, more or less 25 tons that it. So here we see a lot of changes, that the variety is getting stronger. And this is maybe coming back to your question, what you raised, why JOST is maybe still the market leader. We have around 40%. Number two is the Chinese one. He has around 15%. We bring the knowledge to develop different products, what is needed by the application, by the end customer. For example, what we launched in 23, at the end of 23, that we even have in China a fifth wheel without a mounting plate, what we call the direct mounting. And this is really a benefit from JOST, that we are doing this for many years. We are very close to the customer, that we are developing with the customer products, which are sometimes Chinese specific, I would say. This is the one perspective. And the second perspective, what we did in 24, that we launched the casted fifth wheel. So this is, let's say, where we are a little bit different to the Chinese supplier. But nevertheless, we have to say there are good Chinese suppliers who have learned a lot over the last year, but there is still a differentiation between the overall many decades knowledge from JOST to the local one, definitely.
So in Chennai, it's been an extremely short time in which we had to ramp up quite well. The team has done a great job there. We're also very thankful to big OEMs who shown patronage to our products as well. The Swedish design and the expertise that they've had over the years have also encouraged other international customers to accept a change of production location. So we will see more and more models and products being released in Chennai. So that's an exciting time for us, allows us time to expand our product range. And if I may also extend this to our operations in Jamshedpur, the transport business line, we are doing a similar thing on the trailer axle product range. We have now completed the product range with all the missing products, not because we didn't want to, but we were waiting for the appropriate time for the market pie size to increase. So we will have a lower range axle on the 13 tons, 16 tons, probably more in the coming future. Lightweight suspensions, air suspensions. We are ready with all the products, and in a very short time, we should also see them getting launched.
We as JOST, we try to get out of geopolitical discussions. We take care about the customer. And there are a lot of international customers who are all over the world. And this is our obligation. Take care about customer and take care about the end customer. What we try to do internally to find synergies as best as possible. Yeah. For example, I was in Indonesia last week for the mining show in Jakarta. I was in Malaysia the week before. You see that Chinese OEs, Chinese supplier, Chinese whatever they are doing, they are really spreading out all over Asia. So this we definitely, I feel different than to the years before. But we as a JOST company, we are luckily because we are in China, so we can participate on this. So that's definitely there. But conclusion, I mean, political is political. We do business and we take care about our customer. This is our perspective. What are we looking? We cannot ignore it. That definitely, yes. As Pradeep said, if before we had for the agriculture a huge plant in Ningbo, yeah, where we're doing products for the American markets by international customer, and these customer really ask us, what are we doing with the penalty? So we had to take decisions towards this. But it's not about the geopolitical, it's what is our customer demanding, and this is what we try to follow, to do it in the best way. Yeah, you can feel it to some extent. Yes, you see a little bit, let's say, very good positive atmosphere in Indonesia. But Indonesia is also driven by the nickel mining. This is linked to the batteries. Yeah, to this extent, you see a little bit Malaysia, that this is growing. You feel, okay, industry is coming in. And to some extent Vietnam, but I still think Vietnam has a good homework to do because the infrastructure is not there. Infrastructure by electricity and infrastructure by road, yeah? Let's take away all the, let's say, regulations, what you have to fulfill. But infrastructure is one of the most important things what you have to do that you can export.
Without doubt. One is, if you look at the demographics, the aspirations to move into an urban situation from the rural areas is increasing by the day, number one. Number two, it also pushes the companies and probably the industry to look at modernization of whether it's processes or bringing out new products with technologies which would give comfort and so on. That's from generally the demography point of view. But I would say in terms of opportunity for us, the tractor trailer segment itself, from 15 years how we have been watching this with the trailer homologation code, the interchangeability and so on. With some of the most forward-looking logistics companies, they're also implementing the interchangeability. And because of the preference to higher tonnage vehicle combinations, this pie size itself is growing, and that gives us an immense opportunity for launching the products that I already mentioned to you. Besides that, we are also looking at India as a sourcing hub within the group, and there's a lot of potential for us. China as well, I know, but India is coming up quite fast. You talked about many companies which are showcasing their products here as well. So that's something which we support India out of. We have skilled workforce, skilled management staff, Therefore, we are looking at contributing from India to the JOST group quite a lot, both in terms of sales, internal support, in terms of resources, overall to the business.
I would like to add maybe a comment on this. When I'm sitting in the plane, sometimes you meet people from other German or let's say European companies, and many people are saying that India has two chances, not only for local production. It's about because people are not leaving China, but people are looking for a second opportunity. So double sourcing, this will bring a huge opportunity for India on the sourcing side, but also on the, let's say, to some extent to give technology support. Use it as a hub for R&D. And it's amazing when I'm sitting in plane talking to big Chinese brands, what you know very well, on different sectors. How many people are this doing already? And this is I think a good chance for the Indian population. And language and the eagerness of the Indian culture is a good contribution. That's really good. Good opportunity. And my learning being Waltraud, living in Asia, working with India now for, let's say, 2.5 years, even more, I would say, Pradeep, you have to respect the culture. When you respect the culture, you will do great business. Either way, for the local, but also for the export. This would be one of my personal biggest learning. Respect the culture, then you will get it done, let's say by this way.
So if you look at the tractor trailer as a segment, you're right. The OEMs have the products up to probably 55 tons now, and then the bar is getting pushed higher and higher. But on the trailer side, I'm very pleasantly surprised with the developments, because the kind of technological advances that they are talking about is something which we never saw in the past, like using unbranded axles to branded axles, talking about specifics. They talk about transport missions, engaging with application specific products from their end, and that's one of the reasons why we are expanding the product range also to cater to them. They're talking about how they can reduce weight on the trailers, how fuel economy can be influenced by them, tire life, and so on. The fact that we are showcasing what we can do for now and for the future is all what you see around with the products here. So that's something which we as an interface would like to play between the industry, the customers, as well as the innovation capabilities of our team here. So that's the short story. We have believed in this concept right from the beginning. Before you actually sell your products big time, you need to have an aftermarket service network, the spare parts availability in a very big proportion, if I may say. Now we have a sales team which is doing service campaigns day in and day out. The feedback that we get about how the awareness has increased, whether it's a fifth wheel coupling, the maintenance, and sometimes preventive maintenance, including the replacement of the spare parts, ensuring that they don't wait until the complete wear out of the parts. That contributes to the vehicle's performance as well. And we are also very happy to see the development going on in this.
I mean, what we have learned by launching additional axle products to the market, the first maybe is sold by the salesman to the trailer builder or maybe to the fleet. The second one is sold by the aftermarket. So by doing this, we really can say, Pradeep, I would suggest that we are upgrading our service network at the moment linked to the launching of additional axle products. And we have a concept, we worked very hard on this to be prepared for this change, because we learned also that the total cost of ownership, maybe it's a different wording on the Indian side, but it's there at the end. It's all about cost, reliability and durability. So therefore we need this setup. But we are very well prepared. I think we had done a good job in preparation of the concept. The growth of Asia. 2/3 of the growth in 23 came out of the region Asia. It will never be easy, but we will manage somehow.
So extending what she said, from what we can do as a potential, which was always there, to actually seeing it in reality now, contributing to the JOST world, as well as bringing Indian side of thoughts on technology and so on is quite exciting for us too.